Hey guys, so this is gonna be like an after exams video. I just finished all my exams yesterday. I'm so happy. I just finished my summer exams, so I just finished my fourth year first semester exams, so I get to go home for the summer. I am done. I just did this really cute like makeup look, and I sleeked my hair down. So if you guys wanna know how this look, how I did it, just go on my Instagram. It's gonna be there. Follow me on my Instagram, follow me on my Twitter, follow me everywhere basically. So this is not about this is about my exams, how I finished all my exams, all the topics that I had, how this semester has gone. So I'm gonna start off with the exams that I did this period. So I had 4 exams. I had toxicology, then I had ENT, ears, nose and throat, then I had pathoanatomy, which is also known as pathology, and then I had pharmacology. These are the exams I had, so I'm just going to talk about each and every one of them. Toxicology, studying toxicology was interesting. It was very similar to disaster medicine, which we did last semester. So a lot of the things were the same. So like antidotes, what happens if you have insecticide poisoning, what would you do? What happens if you have like, organophosphate poisoning, snake poisoning, that sort of thing. It was interesting. It wasn't taught the best in Pleven because the lady that we had, she did not speak English that well, so she would just read the slides, and then obviously when something is not taught as as good as you want it to be taught, you just kind of not even bother that much. But all we did was we made sure we had all the notes, and then we just read them for the exam, and the exam was really good. It was an MCQ, so multiple choice questions. I'm so happy finally. So it was really good. The exam went really well. There were no hiccups. Like, the exam went really well. Okay, ears, nose and throat. That is a really big part of being a doctor. Trauma, like what you would see normally. So like any trauma or anything to do with your ears, your nose and your throat. So we had to use the octoscope, the head, what's it called, head mirror. We had to use the mouth thing. Like, there were so many things that we had to use, and it was so interesting. Once again, it wasn't taught well. The guy that we had in, so the lecturer, he didn't really speak good English like that. And yeah, so the what was I even saying, the lecturer, his English was not that good, and then when he used to like lecture, he had a lot of like pictures of the stuff, not like when you give lectures, you give like the information, like words, this is that, and then what the picture looks like. He had loads of pictures and no words, and he was trying to explain it in his lecture, and his English was not great. So it was like, I don't think I'm going to be coming to this lecture that often, and it wasn't compulsory, so I didn't really go to that lecture as many times. But the practical, the guy that did our practical, he's so sweet. Like, he's a really nice person, but his English was horrible. Like, he was really trying to like explain, and we're looking at him like and it's taking forever to like get the words out. So it wasn't like that good of being taught in Pleven, but I did really enjoy it. When I was studying for it, it made a lot of sense, but it was like fam, didn't really explain it much. And this semester we were told that wasn't a priority like by other students, because it wasn't we had pathoanatomy, and we had pharmacology. So ENT was not something that we wasted time on. I personally did not waste much time on it. I tried to like go over the anatomy. I went over like some of the, because basically it was like anatomy of the ear, outer ear, middle ear, inner ear, anatomy of the nose, anatomy of the like the throat, the mouth, and the throat kind of thing. So that's what it was. So you would get stuff like that. So I went through the anatomy, and then after that they'll have like the different diseases associated with it. So like the ears, they had like diseases associated with the ears, tumors, same thing with the nose, same thing, like all that kind of stuff. So I did all the anatomy stuff, and then I just went through the diseases, but I didn't go through it that much. Like I didn't really waste that much time on it because I had bigger fish to fry. Yes, as I was saying, that was the histology, so we had to explain that. So what happened was, like, since April, my exam was in June. We used to is it mid-April, we started going to the slides room where the microscopes are regularly, just to try and remember and stuff. Because let me tell you something, when I look at histology slides, it looks like, yeah, I'm seeing nuclei, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. I'm like, sure, okay, oh okay. And then when I come back to it, I'm like, I don't remember nothing. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I had to make sure that, like everyone as well, we had to make sure we're going regularly. Me and my housemate Taye went to go regularly. Then when it got to like May, June, that's when we started really like hammering. We used to go like every single day, Monday to Friday. And then after we finished ENT, then we just went like literally went ham till we had pathoanatomy, the exam. And then the problem with that was, because we were spending so much time on the slides to try to recognize, we didn't spend as much time on the history. So we had done history, and some of the stuff is like repeated as well, but I didn't finish the whole synopsis because there was some stuff that I didn't touch because I didn't have the time. When we went for the exam, it was a really nice exam. Like, everybody was saying that it was going to be so tough, and I feel like it was good because it made us like, you know, sit up straight and really study for it. We had our lab assistant. He was so amazing. When we were doing, we had to do an MCQ to start off with. We could ask him questions. So if you had like any like little like, oh my god, I really don't know about this one, he was like, okay, I'm only gonna help you once, and that was it. Then after that, we picked our slides, 3 slides. I am so grateful that, Jesus, all my slides I knew what they were straight away. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I got jaundice of the liver, because you can see, you can tell what liver is. I was like, that's liver. And I was like, I know everything that's got to do with liver. So I got jaundice of the liver. You had to spot the bilirubin pigment. So it came across like brown yellow. Then you have to say why it's caused, why you have that. So pigments, you have to talk about pigments, what pigments are, how are they accumulated, because there's an accumulation of the bilirubin pigment, and bilirubin is an endogenous pigment. And obviously when I spoke to the guy, he asked me all these questions, and I had to explain to him jaundice. What is jaundice? How many types of jaundice is there? You know, pre-hepatic, neonatal, hepatic, and post hepatic jaundice. So I did that, and then what else did I? Then I got neonatal respiratory disease as well. What else did I get? I don't remember. But yeah, I knew my topics. I was so happy. Then when it came to the theoretical, honey, let me tell you, I'm the queen of the switcheroo. As I told you guys before, when we have essays here, you pick either envelopes or you pick a random like sheets of paper. So you just pick. When it's an envelope, you obviously cannot pick like 4 at a time because you have to open the envelope. But when it's not an envelope and you can just pick it up, I just pick like it's like 3 at a time. And I looked quickly like, can I know it? So I ended up picking topics that I knew ish. I got like fatty liver. That was good. He like went on a tangent when he was asking me questions. I was like, you're really doing too much, you're doing too much. And then I had neonatal respiratory disease. I had it again, and I had to explain the differences between adult respiratory disease and neonatal. And then I had, oh yeah, benign epithelial tumors. Like I was so happy because I did neoplasms like back of my hand, so I knew that. I was so happy about that. So yeah, that was what I got, and it went really well. Like I'm so grateful that my exams went well, because when you study for something and you spend so much time and you go into the exam hall and you get topics that you're not confident or you don't know them, and it's like, but I spent so much time, I studied like 85% of the synopsis and I picked a topic that I don't know. It's so like disheartening, but I'm so grateful that they were really helpful. And the lecturer, the examiner, he was so amazing because he was willing to listen to me, see where I was coming from. I was so happy. That exam was so nice. Then moving on to pharmacology. I had already started pharmacology previously, as you know, I had to. So I'd done most of the topics. But let me tell you something. After pathoanatomy, I was literally burnt out. And this is the thing with the way we do exams in MU Pleven. Like, because you're doing so many essays, like I literally had like nearly 200 topics to study for pathoanatomy. So by the time I got to pharmacology, I was so tired, and I had to take like 2 days off before I started. And when I would sit down, I would do like one topic. I was thinking, fam, you need to study a lot more. Like I normally try to like maybe 5-6 topics a day, but I was struggling when it came to pharmacology, studying it. It was such a struggle, but you know, we thank God. Towards the end, I started to pick up momentum, pick up the tempo, and I had that exam yesterday. So I had that exam yesterday and it went really well. It was, oh my gosh, the topics that I got, I was so happy that I got those topics, but they were so broad. I had factors depending on body drugs, so like how to deal with drugs depending on somebody's body size and age. So she asked me about formulas. I had a formula down, but she wanted more formulas. I didn't really know the other formulas. Then I had beta agonist, which was my jam. Like I was so happy with that. I literally banged that out because CNS, you know, relating to pharmacology is so important. So alpha agonist, beta agonist, sympathetic system, parasympathetic system, blockers, cholinergic, all those things, like those are my jams. So I did really well in that one. Then the third topic that I got was antibiotics basically, but it wasn't a specific antibiotic, it was in general. So I talked about the spectrums. You have narrow spectrum, broad spectrum, you know, extended spectrum. Talked about bactericidal, bacteriostatic effect. Talked about the MIC, like things like that. Where she got me was when she was asking me about all the other, so I did like the inhibitors of like protein synthesis, I did all that, explained a little bit about that, but she wanted like specific names to specific antibiotics, specific groups. I was shook because I had done antibiotics, yeah, but I hadn't done all of them. So I had done beta-lactam, which includes penicillin, cephalosporin, monobactam, so monobactams, all of that, carbapenems. I had done aminoglycosides. I had done some other ones as well, but like she was like, tell me about quinolones, tell me about macrolides. I was like, what? Sis, you need to back it up, because I'm giving you the information. What you want to do with it is what you want to do with it. Don't be asking me too many questions. So that bit I was like, oh my gosh, but I redeemed myself. She asked me about congestive heart failure, all the drugs, and I was like, boom 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 boom. so I was like, oh, finally. So she was able to give me a good grade. I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'm done. That's how my exams went this semester. I'll try and do this like regularly for you guys, so you guys know how it's going. Definitely pharmacology was very important. Like everything that we did was very important. Toxicology, I mean, it's not that important like that, but ENT is very important, and I'm just like, we didn't really go into it that much. Pathanatomy was very important, and pharmacology is, I feel like, is the most important, because everything we're going to do now, we're going to do drugs, we're going to do treatment, we're going to do mechanism of action, all those things. So I found it interesting, and I'm going to have to study all these things again anyways. But yeah, just wanted to explain to you and just, you know, tell you my experience. I'll be going now. I'm so happy that I get to enjoy my summer. I don't have any reset. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you are not subscribed, you need to subscribe right about now. Thank you. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in my next video.